Basically, my structure for my studio basically is developing new and young talent. So we look at things like, okay, songwriting is the pinnacle or the axis of where all music comes from. So if you don't have a good songwriter or a good song, you're wasting time. And then we look at the other little detailed things like, are you a good singer? Are you a good performer? Or are you just a recording artist? So we look at more of the developing the different young people in different stages of their career. So we look at the internet as one of the main distributors of music now. So we got different mediums that export the music, right? And it's a lot cheaper that way than literally flying to an individual country and doing that, all right? Still, there's still also the advantage of flying to that country and performing, because it helps to build an audience and to gain new fans through live performances, right? So it is a procedure you tend to take, which is reaching out to certain promoters and getting them involved and developing the whole logistics of the production or the album that you are looking to promote.
By the early 2000s, the demand for cultural creativity exploded, heavily influenced by the work of the National Cultural Foundation and other organizations which promoted cultural diversity and economic development for music professionals and artists. As the country moved closer to global recognition, trade relationships resulted in export policies by forging partnerships with cultural institutions, governmental bodies, music industry trade associations, and collection societies.
If you're talking about from a Barbadian perspective, there's the National Cultural Foundation. And there's also other smaller organizations, or labels, as you would call them. So it depends on what you want to achieve and what you want to get from that particular organization. But mainly most producers here in Barbados, they do it themselves, right? So they make all the contacts and they prepare all the different things to start that process. In 2016, 2017, we did our first trade mission to London. This was part of the Intertune project, which is a cultural collaboration between the Caribbean and Europe. Now, this initiative was a kind of big initiative in regards to opportunities for creatives in Barbados and the possibilities that they have outside of Barbados. So actually doing that opened a whole new set of doors for opportunities, because there are some things we literally do not know that goes on within the EPA, right? And being there and actually collaborating with different creatives doing different things, you tend to learn a whole new host of, okay, so it's not just about a new song, it's not just about a new video, it's so much more, right? And I try to advise many of my clients as possible to get involved, take a trip, travel, go see for yourself, and you understand then what music or creativity is really about. It's not just about doing something in your home and just, oh yeah, I did something at home, that's great. It's more, it's much more.
Creatives can now access a wealth of training programs with the mission to enhance music production through exchange of information and expertise. With the success of music support programs, working and collaborating with creative minds around the world empowered our musicians. It became much easier for a Barbadian music professional to build contacts regionally and internationally. It was now possible for a Barbadian musician to travel to another country with a whole new culture to exchange creative value. Enter musical diversity.
Well, if I didn't travel, I would be on all the media platforms, so the iTunes, the Spotifys, the YouTubes, you know. And those are great, don't get me wrong. The trouble here with Barbados is you can't monetize your music through those mediums. You have to source a third-party organization in the US or Europe, and then they will collect those funds and, you know, take 30% and you get the rest, right? Unfortunately, we have not gotten there yet when it comes to structuring that for ourselves, having a platform. That's what Intertune actually is for, right? It's to give creatives a platform to showcase their creative works, right? Doesn't matter what it is, once it can be captured on video or photography or sound, you're good to go.
Outside of Calypso, an artist could thrive by tapping into available digital resources online. Still, many musicians feel that they are lacking export strategies and support from local associations.
COVID really did a number on many creatives because we couldn't work, right? We were told stay home, stay put, but wasn't given any surety of what's going to happen next. Coming out of COVID now, where the restrictions are lifted and we only have like 20 cases now, the opportunities are still slim because we've gone into deep recession, which means basically money is circulating as it should. So you can't say, well, let me jump on a plane because they're still in lockdown, right? So you got to turn to social media, which means you got to up the thing, right? Make your game plan different and better because you're competing now with 8 billion people on the planet who also want to survive.